Okay, class, we finished the first week as of midnight tonight. We're going to go ahead and look at how this week has went. So during this week, you had to compare nature versus nurture. And I had a lot of great discussions on those definitions. What I noticed when looking at grading the discussions, a lot of you forgot to do the debate part of that question. And many of you who already did your two peer responses have already received your grade. Make sure when you're reading through the assignments that you are looking to see what is it that you have to respond back so that you can get full credit. Because many of you defined each term, gave great examples, but you didn't do the debate on which one you think is most influential in your life. Looking at the journal entries, I want to thank you for sharing. I've graded many of those that have already been turned in. Again, no rush. It's due at midnight tonight, so just make sure you have those in. And if you do not make it by the deadline, please review my late submission policy so that you will understand the point reductions on your grade. Couple more pointers for you to remember from week 1. 250 word minimum. The reason for the 250 word minimum is to make sure that you're providing all the information, you're giving great detail and example to answer the questions that are being posed on the discussion forum. And when you're responding to your peers, now you only have to do 2. For your introduction, you had to do 3, but now from the rest of the discussions throughout the next 5 weeks, you only are required to do 2. You can do as many as you want, but you have to have at least 2. And respond with at least 50 words so that you can let them know that you read their discussion post and you have something you want to compliment, suggest, add to their discussion. So it usually would take you about 50 words in order to do that. And I try to stay with the 50 words when I'm responding to you as well. Some of you, I go a little overboard. So most of that has been graded. If you've turned it in, it's been graded if you've completed your peer responses. If not, remember, you have till midnight tonight. And looking at this week, so this was all that you have to get done this week. So let's look at next week. So as we go into week 2, there's going to be 2 discussions. 2. I want to make sure that you're mindful of that. And you have to do 2 peer responses for each discussion forum. So you're not going to just be able to do 1 on discussion 1 and 1 on discussion 2 and account for 2. You have to do 2 for each. So at the end, you should have 4 peer responses. And try to respond to someone who you didn't respond to in week 1. That way we get to learn a little bit more about each other instead of responding to the same individuals week to week. So looking into this week, as I said, you're going to have discussion 1 and discussion 2, which are both due on the same day. They're both due on day 3. And your peer responses are going to be due day 7, next Monday. You also will have to do an assignment about self-regulation and willpower. So that's going to be a very interesting thing to talk about. I like this week because it is very important. It's a part that plays an important part in my life where we talk about the health and we talk about balance in your life. So one of the things you're going to be looking at is you're going to have to be talking about making healthy food choices. So here are some of my healthy food choices: organic spinach. I have fruit, so I try not to eat candy, and water, and I add apple cider vinegar to it to help give me that energy level and keep me balanced. It keeps me balanced. And also, we're going to be looking at exercise. So I get in my exercise on a daily basis, and I like to use this little device to help me out. This is my exercise ball. It stays right in the living room. So during commercials, I get on there and I'm doing my sit-ups during my commercial breaks. So that's just some things that I do in my life as far as health and food and to find that balance. Also with my balance, I look at balancing out work, and work is teaching full-time as a 5th grade math teacher, online professor, and also my homework, and I have to balance in that family time as well. And my food helps with that. It helps to keep my energy levels up to be able to do all the things I need to get done for that day. So I look forward to seeing what you have to share about your health and your exercise and how you found in balance and using willpower to keep you pushing forward. finish out those peer responses for week 1. I look forward to talking with you again next week as we review week 2 and move into week 3. Thank you.